Hello. I am outside in the sunshine, and it's been a beautiful day so far, and I'm just taking a break to eat some food. And I thought I'd hop on here and share about something that I decided to do this year. And I started this January 1st. I'm not really a resolutions kind of person, but I thought, give it a try. Why not? And because I wanted to make some changes, and it just sort of gave me a time. And there's all kinds of times to make changes, right? But that was just the one I chose this time. So I decided I would make a list of all the things I want to be doing and that help me to be my highest self, the best, brings out the best in me and helps me engage in the life I want for myself. And so I wrote all of those down, and then I realized they were sort of like clusters, like they kind of fell into categories. And so then I was like, okay, well, what would these categories be called? And so I started making some names, and then I realized I could make an acronym that would be a word that would be like my guiding principle for right now, for what I want and what I want to do. So my word for right now, regenerate. And so each one of those letters is a different word, and the word is the activities, the actionable steps that I can do to regenerate. So I'm going to share those with you. Okay. This is what it looks like. Oh, well, I can't really see that. Anyway, release. And some of these are processes, and some of this is the stuff. So stuff, feelings, ideas, patterns, identities, relationships, step work. Exercise, walk, yoga, dance, bounce, physical therapy, hike, gym, paddleboard. Get it done. Calls, paperwork, to-do lists, planning, projects, errands, bills, cleaning. Electrify, red light therapy, 11,000 lux light, sauna. Sunlight, nature. Walking meditation, sit spot, eating outside, wild crafting, stewardship, art and poetry for the trees. Embrace, call, visit, go out, play, meetings, volunteer. Rewire, digital fast, eye and brain exercises, vagus stimulation, reading, memorization, coordination practices. Alter, what am I called to do? Where needs tending? Cultivating alignment and actions, planning my big pictures. Trust, rebuilding relationship with spirit, instincts, dreams, prayer, ceremony, gratitude, stillness. Evoke, my truest self, create, flow, dance, design, sing, write, ancestors, talks in circles. So that's my plan. That's my to-do list. And I kind of track, like, what are the things that are easy and what are the things that I kind of always will make time for, and what are the things that feel like it's a stretch. And I think sometimes people would think, oh well, I would want to do all the fun things or the relaxing things but that's not necessarily where I go. I sometimes it's easier for me to stay in a state of like to do or strain or thinking rather than being in my body and being still or being with my breath. Or sometimes I get into a rhythm of one thing, and it can be challenging to shift the energy, to shift direction or shift attention. And so I am tracking it a bit to see where the areas that feel easy and where the areas that maybe need a little bit more engagement. And it's good. Trees, shadows, trees. I also I have, so like I mentioned, I do 12-step programs, and one of the things that I know that because I do have a little bit of a addictive personality, and I can really use media or internet overwork, volunteer relationships. I mean, basically anything. Shopping. I can use anything, any action or activity or thing to distract myself if there's something going on inside of me that's uncomfortable that I don't want to tend to, right? And so, for me, being in recovery is about facing the things that are in the shadow that can't really be seen, because they're still affecting us. They're still impacting our lives. They're still guiding us subconsciously. And so when I don't allow myself to do the distraction, so like I started a digital detox at the beginning of the year. That was, it's a shift. It's such a shift. And I've got all this time. If I'm not engaged in certain things that I know aren't really what I want to be doing with my life. I mean, that's the thing. We have one life. Well, of course we have reincarnation, right? But in this life, right here, right now, like, how do I want to spend it? Do I want to spend it watching other people do the things that I want to do? Or do I want to spend it going and trying new things and taking risks, So I think when you hit middle age, you start to realize, like, there's only so much time, right? And I don't want to waste it. And I have lost people, right? And I've sat with people, and really it's given me the opportunity to reflect about, what are the things that are important to me. It's different for everybody. So I want to spend my life connected to community and to family and to art and to creativity, to spirit, to prayer, to creating a better world, to learning and then learning more and then learning more, and facing all of the things that I've yet to discover about myself. When we go and we do that shadow work, or we sit with the things that are uncomfortable, it's like, it can feel so horrifying. But then when you're on the other side of it, the gratitude is that there are a lot of gifts that you just didn't have any idea were even there until you were willing to sit through the discomfort of that unclaimed material. So I just am happy to be here. And when I'm making these videos, like, I'm not trying to preach anything to anybody at all. And I'm not perfect. I'm not going to do it right, whatever that means. And everybody has their own way, and what works for me might not work for you. But I want to be accountable, and I want to be seen. I want to be witnessed in a sense. Like, it sort of gives me motivation in some ways. And I had a teacher who she used to always say, where we're witnessed, we don't go back. When we are witnessed and seen, we can make these changes. And part of it is consciousness, right? Like, I want my outsides and my insides to always be the same. And I want how I am perceived to be how I am through and through. So if I'm sharing what's genuine, what's real, and what's happening for me right now, and hopefully, I can have the kind of people here witnessing me that are interested in the collective and creating a heart-centered way forward for everyone. You know, I think the most important thing to me is sovereignty and compassion. So that's what I'm doing today, and I hope that you're having a wonderful day, and may your life be blessed. May the things you touch and the things you see and the things you hold dear be blessed. Thanks for being here.